Kia ora guys, how are you? I hope you are doing well. My name is Vedang. I'm going to give a video lecture on the topic animal pests, which is an essential part of this subject science communication, which is taught by Stephanie Kisiel, and it is also assessment 4, and obviously it is the last assessment of this subject, and the semester is going to over now. So yeah, so let's get started. So basically, the first question which arises is, what do you mean by animal pests? If I was giving this lecture in the class, I would have asked you guys, but unfortunately, due to lockdown, I have to explain it over here. So let's get started. So let me first explain you all what is meaning of animal pests. So guys, basically animal pests are the animals which are threats to those native species, exotic species, and they also cause harm to the crops and the natural vegetation like forests and ecosystems. Uh, you know, there can be plant pests too, like invasive weeds, uh, grasslands, and some conifer trees, which are presently an ongoing concern in New Zealand. Some examples of animal pests are possums, wallabies, rats, weasels, feral cats, feral goats, stoats, hedgehogs, and I guess there are some more species. Yeah, but I can't remember them all. So yeah, so in this video, I'm going to focus on three species which are really harmful. They are wallabies, rats, and possums. So I'm going to focus on possum first. So here I'm going to talk about possum, which is biggest threat to this country, to New Zealand. These are the biggest animal pests which are of major threat to this country. Uh, as you can see from this diagram, that possums have soft fur, and when you touch the brush-tail possum, it is so soft, really. So due to this, it was brought to New Zealand due to its trading, due to its fur, sorry, and it was brought from Australia during 18th century. Mm, their main source of diet is the plant trees, and it is also seen that they are egg eaters. That is, they eat the eggs of birds like kokako, and they are nocturnal species. So they are active during the night. Basically, nocturnal means the animals which are active during the night. That is, they come out of their burrows and holes, and they hunt and search for food and resources at night. So possums are one of them, and the government and some organizations have tied up to get rid of the possums. Some some people hunt them down during the night because they are nocturnal species. They are also a major source for spreading of bovine tuberculosis to plants as well as to us humans. So it is a major concern of is of major concern to this country. Yep. So the next animal pest about which I'm going to talk is a marsupial, which is called wallaby. Wallabies are called marsupial because they have pouch to carry their young ones until they grow up. They belong to kangaroo family, and they have short hands, sorry. They have long tail, and they have fur on their body. So they are marsupial. Yeah. And they are not native to New Zealand. They were also brought from outside. They are native to Australia and New Guinea. There are two types of wallabies which are found in New Zealand. The first one is Dama wallaby, and the second one is uh, Bennett's wallaby. Dama wallaby are found in the North Island, whereas the latter one, that is Bennett's wallabies, are found in the South Island. it is illegal to have a wallaby in your property unless you have any specific or an exceptional reason from government or a higher authority. Yep, it is true. Yeah, so don't allow any wallaby or don't pet a wallaby. Okay, yeah. So that's all about wallaby, and the main source of diet for wallaby are the Puduka trees and Manuka trees. Yes, and Bennet's wallabies are called red-necked wallabies often because they have red fur on their shoulders as well as on their nape, and they are um, live they live on the margins and outskirts of the forest areas. So the last animal pest, but not the least, about which I am going to talk is rats. Obviously, each and everyone knows about rats and rodents. They have tails. They have small teeth. They do like this. Yep. So there are three species of rats which are found in New Zealand. They are mm, Polynesian rats, sheep rats, and the Norway rats. Uh, the sheep rats are characterized by their large tail. They have large tail. It is so long that uh, the tail is longer than their body, and they are the common rats which are spread all over New Zealand. Yes, so sheep rats are very common to New Zealand. The second one about which I'm going to talk is the Norway rat, which is Rattus norvegicus. It has a tail which is obviously not longer than its body, but it is about 18 centimeter long. Uh, it is mainly associated with human activity, so it is found in the house. They eat clothes, they chew the electrical wires, telephone wires, and sometimes the car wires as well. So they are found in the urban areas like cities and some small towns and etc. And the fact is that the sheep rats are very good climbers of trees, that they eat the eggs, leaves of the trees, and they are found near the lowland forest area. And the last, so another species of rat which is commonly found is called cure. Cure is often known as Polynesian rat or Pacific rat. I know because it was brought from Pacific or something. I don't know really, but it is also called Pacific rat. There was a time when it was spread all over the New Zealand, but yeah, now it is only limited to South Holland. It is found in South Holland only. It is not occurring anymore in the North Island. I'm glad to hear this really. Yeah, thank you God. Yeah, they feed on birds, lizards, eggs, and they eat smaller invertebrates which are found. Yeah, and um, sheep rat and Norway rats are omnivores, whereas no, all the rats are omnivores obviously. Yeah, the rats are catched or eradicated by trapping or by putting baits or giving them coagulant poisons. Trapping involves a lot of labor because you have to cover a large area with traps, and there are many type of traps like kill traps, like many more types of traps. Yes, and it is regularly checked over a specific time period so that one can come to know that the trapping method is effective or not. In poisoning, the um, the bait is poisoned by harmful toxic material, and when the rodents eat that poison, they die, and the blood system stops working and they die immediately. So the last slide of my PowerPoint includes the reference list from which I have taken the information and the images. So remember one thing: New Zealand has the government of New Zealand has tied up and collaborated with many organizations as well as non-government organizations, like there are many NGOs over here in New Zealand, and they have collaborated with Department of Conservations and other environmental organizations, and they have reached to a specific goal, that to make New Zealand predator free and pest free until 2050. So the goal is predator free New Zealand 2050. So remember one thing, guys: if you do see an animal pest, just try to eradicate it, or just call an NGO or government organization or any organization so they can help you out with it. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching this.